Hello, people of the world. My name is MarioRoxXD, and I like Pokemon. No surprise there. And my last video on Pokemon was about my least favorite Pokemon. Top 10 least favorite Pokemon. So I was wondering, why don't I do a video explaining about my top 10 favorite Pokemon? Why do I like them? So I have done exactly that in this video. I have created 10 more drawings featuring the Pokemon and me in an outfit that resembles the Pokemon. I will not be explaining the outfits. And without further ado, let's get to our first Pokemon, Dusknoir. Dusknoir is a very cool looking Pokemon. It's got like a mouth on its face and it's got 3 eyes. It's basically the Grim Reaper of Pokemon, as its insides lead to the spirit realm, where it traps lost souls in an endless chain of torture. That is freaking dope. Badass Pokemon. Super badass. And just the design overall is extremely cool and complex. This is definitely my favorite of the new evolutions given in the Sinnoh region. I definitely do like a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon, and the fact that we got a Gen 3 Pokemon to evolve into this thing is dope. Dusclops and Duskull are also very cool, but they do not even compare to Dusknoir. Dusknoir is just amazing. Number 9. Quagsire. A lot of people really love Quagsire and Clodsire. I like Quagsire more. Mainly because he's such a derpy little boy. And he came first. People are making Clodsire their favorite Pokemon when they forget about Quagsire. He came first. He is the original derpy boy Pokemon. And he deserves more love than Clodsire ever did. It's such a fun looking Pokemon to have a look at, since he's just so cute, and Wooper evolves into this thing. Don't forget that. We all love a little bit of Whoopie boys. Yeah, that's my name for anything that is in a Wooper line. Wooper, Clodsire, Quagsire, and Paldean Wooper are all Whoopie boys. But Quagsire is by far the best. It's just such a cool Pokemon, and it's immune to electric type, despite being water type, which is frickin' OP. However, it's 4 times weak to grass, which is not so good. Still, a very awesome Pokemon in general. Number 8, Kabutops. Now, whenever people think about their favorite Pokemon that's a fossil Pokemon, they usually go for something like Omanyte because of Lord Helix. Lord Helix does not exist. I mean, I always find it very annoying when people are treating Omanyte like God, when Kabuto is right there and looking kind of creepy. But Kabutops looks like Scyther and Genesect if it was ancient, and that is freaking dope. I mean, look at this thing. How can you not like Kabutops? Well, okay, maybe it's shiny. That's the one thing that doesn't really fit Kabutops. It's very gross green. How could they do that to Kabutops? But still, this Pokemon is very awesome. I love this Pokemon. I really, really love this Pokemon. Number 7, Toxtricity. When I first played the Gen 8 games, I was hoping that I would find a cool new Pokemon that I would happily claim as a favorite of mine. And boy, I was lucky to find one. Toxtricity is a freaking badass looking Pokemon. I mean, just the combination of electric guitar on its stomach and its cool electric type mohawk hairdo is amazing. I prefer the amped up form over the low key form personally, because the yellow definitely suits it better, but the blue is fine. And its Gigantamax form is amazing. It crawls on the ground like an actual salamander, and it's just something that I can never feel is a wrong thing to do. It's so amazing, and I love it. Number 6, Crocodile. While I am not fond of many Gen 5 Pokemon, Crocodile is an exception. Probably like one of the only exceptions. I mean, people are always hating on Gen 5, even though it has some very good Pokemon like Hydreigon or Zoroark. I mean, people hate Vanilluxe for some reason. I don't understand that. But I can definitely not understand if somebody didn't like this thing. It's a cool crocodile with black stripes, and it's red. That is amazing. On top of that, Ash's Crocodile is definitely one of the best that I've ever seen. Like, it wears sunglasses like an absolute boss. However, it doesn't really need those because its eyes already look like it's wearing a cool pair of pointed shades. Crocodile is just the epitome of swagger. At number 5, we have Garchomp. Whenever I'm asked a question about pseudo-legendaries, my answer is usually going to be Garchomp, unless it's like a specific question. Like, what's the best looking pseudo-legendary? Garchomp. What do you think is the strongest pseudo-legend? Garchomp. Which pseudo-legend has the worst shiny? Garchomp. Garchomp is my least favorite shiny, but it is a very cool Pokemon that I love. It's just so amazing. Like, if there's a chance that I get to use a Garchomp in a Pokemon game, I will almost always go for the chance. I mean, Garchomp was my favorite Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, simply because my 4 other favorites that are above it were not in the game. And Garchomp was even on my final team when I faced against Geeta. And Garchomp is just an amazing Pokemon in general, and I will never, ever dislike it. Number 4, Regice. Now, whenever people think of legendaries, they don't usually seem to think about the Regis. However, the Regis are, in my opinion, the best legendary Pokemons ever. I love the Regis. They're so underrated, and I just feel like they deserve to be known to the world more. My personal favorite is definitely Regice. It's the only one who has not caused me any trouble. In Pokemon Ranger games, Registeel and Regirock were always very hard to capture, and when I played the second one, the sequel, Regigigas was hell to capture, and unfortunately Regidrago and Regieleki are not in those games. But Regice never seemed to do any harm to me, and was always happy to come along with me. Regice is definitely a cool dude. Pun very much intended. Number 3, Greninja. Greninja, when it was first revealed, many people seemed to not think that Greninja was for them, but when they actually used it, people fell in love with it. On top of that, it has a god tier shiny, turning black and the tongue becoming a bright red. It's just, masterpiece. It's just so good. This Pokemon is just amazing. On top of that, it's a ninja frog. Who doesn't love a ninja frog? My brother loves frogs, and he definitely agrees that this is a Pokemon worth keeping. It's just so cool, and it's an amazing Pokemon overall. If you don't like Greninja, there's something wrong with you. Actually. Number 2. The best starter Pokemon, Rowlet. Yeah, you were probably expecting me when I said the best starter to be Charizard, but nope, Charizard's overrated. Rowlet, on the other hand, is perfect. It's an amazing Pokemon. It's just, look at him, he's so adorable. He's the precious owl boy. Ash's Rowlet never evolved, and I am glad, because Ash's Rowlet is too cute. He sleeps in the backpack like a you baby. I do not. He's not that cute. I'm so sorry. Yes, he is. And just, Decidueye is also a very cool looking Pokemon. It's an amazing final form for Rowlet. However, I wish people would stop naming it Robin Hood. Just stop. But if I had the chance to keep Rowlet a Rowlet forever, before it evolves, if I get an Everstone, I will definitely keep this thing a Rowlet forever. Because Rowlet is the best starter Pokemon ever, and I never want it to change. But alas, it does not come close to my personal favorite Pokemon. A Pokemon that not a lot of people expect to be on a favorites list, especially at the top, because it's so overlooked by many. My personal favorite Pokemon is Swellow. Now, don't get me wrong, Swellow is not a very strong Pokemon to many, but that does not matter to me. I like Swellow so much. I don't care if it's weak or if it's not a very popular Pokemon. I love it.
Here you go, Treg.
I got pizza. But just, in the anime, I was just amazed and blown away by the Thunder Armor. And when Ash's Swellow took down Winona's Shiny Swellow, I was like, yeah, kick that bad Shiny in the butt. I hate my favorite Pokemon's Shiny so much. Lots of people seem to think that the green and orange Shiny for Swellow is really good. I don't. I don't like it because it looked like actual puke. Green and orange do not go well together. Druddigon. But just, Swellow is just an amazing Pokemon to me. The Thunder Armor in the anime is awesome. The red and blue color scheme is awesome. Swellow evolves from Taillow, which is a very, extremely cute Pokemon, and I love it as well. And Swellow is just a Pokemon that I will never, ever think is a bad Pokemon. You can convince me all you want to change my favorite Pokemon to something else, and I never will, because Swellow is just that good to me. There we have it. My explanation on my favorite Pokemons. Top 10. And that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you again as well. Peace.